Holmes. Hello, everybody.
Ooh,
My name is Darren.
Darren.
What is your name?
I'm Graham.
And I have seen the film, but you haven't. Victor Frankenstein.
Victor
Frankenstein.
Is anybody Russian in it?
I don't know. Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay.
He's been playing an English person all his life. Well,
Like
technically,
that
if we go back into our own ancestry far enough, then I'm sure you would find somebody Russian in
There's probably a bit of
somebody's history.
Russian smeg in there somewhere.
Ugh,
in his
crude,
genetics.
Crass.
Oh, I didn't mean it to be. I'm sorry. Anyway,
So
carry
the
on.
film is about. It's kind of like Frankenstein Begins. You know, it's like a prequel to the stuff we already know. Why are you screwing?
Oh, right. That's not a real thing.
What do you mean? No, there's not an actual thing called Frankenstein Begins, to my
Because
knowledge.
I was trying to think of the other one. I'm thinking of Abe
Frankenstein?
Lincoln. Thinking of Abe Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
Why? What's that got to do with Frankenstein Begins?
Similar feel. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I just
haven't
had
seen Abraham
No,
Lincoln
me
Vampire
neither.
Hunter.
I've seen the trailer. Anyway, just carry on.
Okay, so I was just trying to explain what the film's about.
Please do.
It's kind of like Frankenstein Begins in the sense that there's there's the stuff you know about the it's alive, Mad Frankenstein, it's going to throw a little girl in the lake, all that stuff you know. And if you didn't, then whatever. And this is set before that. This is about how him and Igor got together and how they figured out how to make life. It's essentially like a gay adoption film. It really
Except
is.
they weren't happy with the options in the.
Well, like
adoption
two men
centre.
get together, they bond, they have a bromance, as people call it, and they decide they want to create life together. That's literally what it is.
It's so lovely.
I know it's almost a film that you
Christmas.
wish could have happened to the Brokeback Mountain characters. Just get together and have a child and just live happily.
Yeah.
Not to say the characters in this live happily.
I was going to say, does
Yeah.
it all end well for these people?
Well, I don't want to spoil the end, obviously.
Do you not?
No. So, James McAvoy plays Victor Frankenstein, and Daniel Radcliffe plays Igor Potter. And, they're both really good, and I'd say they're the best thing in the film because their relationship is pretty good, to be fair. The problem with the film is Sherlock Holmes. Always pulled a face.
Right, okay. Why is he in it?
He's not in it. You took me awfully literally there.
Right.
So,
Carry on.
there's an opening scene where you find out the character played by Daniel Radcliffe, who then becomes Igor, is in a circus as just a sort of hunchback, like they mock him kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Also, it's set in England for some reason, don't know why, but it is. And basically, Frankenstein
Accents,
breaks him
got
out
two
of it.
Got two English actors, or British actors.
Well, yeah, but the entire cast of Valkyrie is English, but that's still set in Germany. Anyway,
Creative
or,
differences.
Gladiator, I'm pretty sure that the ancient Romans didn't speak with a sort of Australian-y accent, American accent.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Frankenstein breaks him out of prison, and so two Sherlocks here. One is the Robert Downey Jr. one, the Guy Ritchie one, which it's clearly inspired by.
In tone and colour.
Yeah, but it's not as good as them. So it's kind of got Frankenstein and Igor kind of have the pitter-patter banter of Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not as good. And the action isn't as good as them. It's not filmed as well as Guy Ritchie did, which is a sentence that rarely can be said. As much as I sort of like Guy Ritchie.
Oh, he's all right.
He's all right.
Yeah, but he's all right.
He's all right. He's all right most of the
But he's
time, and
all
he's
right.
fucking awful when he
Oh.
come
Like
on.
what? What's his worst?
Swept Away,
I haven't seen it.
Revolver.
I haven't seen it.
I mean, Lock, Stock's not brilliant.
Oh.
It's not brilliant.
Oh.
It's not.
It's got a special
Snatch would be
place in my
better
heart.
if Snatch wasn't essentially identical to Lock, Stock,
I love
but
Snatch.
with more money. I'm sure you do love Snatch.
The film.
And Rock and Roller's not brilliant. Anyway, it's not bad. It's not brilliant.
Isn't that a Pokemon these days?
Rock and Roller.
It's like a ball with this thing.
Anyway, so the opening escape thing and the rest of the film will kind of remind you of the sort of aesthetic and tone
He escapes
of
from the circus.
Daniel Radcliffe does, yes.
Ah.
That's what I said about 4 times. It's kind of like the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes things, but not as good. And also the Benedict Cumberbatch,
Yeah. Sherlock.
but what's his name, Martin
Holmes.
Freeman one. This film is directed by the same guy that directed most of those episodes,
Oh.
and he's kind of retained that Sherlock vision. So
Right.
there's a bit where somebody breaks their collarbone, and you kind of see that the bones the way the characters are. The way you see Sherlock's Sherlock vision, kind of you see what he's...
Sherlock vision.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so it's kind of A, it reminds you of the Guy Ritchie one, and you think, oh yeah, it's not as good as that. And B, it reminds you of the BBC one. You go, yeah, it's not as good as that either.
All right.
So that's the biggest problem with the film. Well, one of the problems with the film.
So it just reminds you of all the better iterations of the
Yeah,
styles and
it's
tones and.
It's inspired by
Concepts.
the things that it's clearly not as good as. Anyway, so But yeah, but the banter, well, the two characters were really good, just not as good as other things. I mean, and obviously, I'm aware that the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes thing is a rip off of Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. Just so I can get that out there. So so it didn't seem like I'd put his film on a massive pedestal.
No.
It's just that's what it's kind of like. Okay, so
That's that done.
yeah, I
What's
mean,
next?
so yes, I really liked it. Would you like to see it? Because you
I
didn't see
wanted
it.
to. Yeah, no, I wasn't actually all that bothered about it. And then you said that you went to see it. And
Yeah,
then,
you're like, oh, you went to see that
well,
film?
yeah, I was jealous then.
Well, I
I
did
don't know
invite
why.
you.
Yeah, no, it's just because. No, that's yeah. We're over that now. It's fine.
Didn't know we had to get over it.
Yes, I'm over it now. It's fine.
So
Yeah, so I wanted to see it when you said that you'd been to see it, but I wasn't bothered before that.
right.
But now you're saying that it's rubbish. I'm just
No, it's not rubbish. It's not rubbish. I would say this
It's not
out of
rubbish.
5, obviously, like most decent reviewers do their reviews. I hate to want to say, it's this out of... I'd say, like, oh, it's a 4-star film. They go, what's that out of? It's like, 5, obviously.
It could be out of 10. You could be saying it's ever so slightly below
because
average.
it's not, because the 5-star thing is such a perfect thing. 'Cause it's like rubbish, pretty bad,
Yeah.
good,
Oh.
really good, masterpiece. It's not like you measured it. But when you go to 10, you go, well, how the fuck do you get 6 out of 10 or 7? You're like,
Yeah, what criteria?
it's like when
are you
people do
judging
it out of
on?
100, they give it 97 out of 100. You think, how the fuck did you get 97?
Unless it's like, was the acting good? Was the film,
Well,
the
then
direction
have that
good?
as separate categories out of 5.
Yeah, but then that's 1 star for that, 1 star for that, 1
But
star
they don't
for
say that. They just say 97%.
Yeah,
Well, how do you get to
yeah.
97%?
Mhm.
So out of 5, you say this film. You say I'm saying this film is rubbish.
that. Yeah, like
I
a
would say
2
this is
star.
a solid 3-star film.
solid 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
See, this is the problem. If you're saying solid 3,
yeah.
there are wavy bits in between, isn't there? So you could
Yeah.
have like
Well, I'd
6
say
out of
it's
10.
unambiguously a 3.
Okay.
So it's not like
but,
one of-
But if it was slightly less than 3, it wasn't quite a 2. You would just say 2.5.
No, I wouldn't. If it's what? So what you're saying? If it's a what?
I'm just saying.
If
you
it's
said
slightly less than
solid
3,
it's like a
no.
good
If it's
half
slightly
hour,
less
innit?
than
like,
3,
what's
it's
that
2.
mean?
If it's slightly less than 3, it's a 2.
Even if slightly, like it's not quite there.
Then it's a 2.
Right. It doesn't qualify for a 3.
Yeah, exactly. It
Okay,
doesn't qualify
alright.
for the next level.
Okay. All right.
And so this is a solid 3. Nice. Nowhere near a 4. Nowhere near a 2 in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you think you'll see it?
Probably not.
Oh. Okay.
No, because it's like I don't know.
I hate the end. I hated the end. It got a bit too explodey. You know, when it goes a bit too crazy, and they're like, "Oh, let's
Yeah.
get a big set and have things blow up." You
Right.
think
It's
didn't
just
really
cartoon
need it.
now, yeah.
But for what, I don't want to give anything away. But the creature stuff at the end, I liked. I thought that was done relatively well.
Mm.
Okay, basically, a version of a creature turns up at the end, and it was pretty scary. To be fair,
You were scared.
no, I wasn't
Aw.
scared.
Oh.
Well, that's kind of the problem, actually. Is it isn't scary. It would be better if it was a really gothic. What did I say this about the other day? Oh, the Joe Johnston werewolf movie.
Right.
It would be better if it didn't feel like a movie and it felt like a kind of low budget, as a Hollywood, big
Yeah,
Hollywood
yeah.
movie. It'd be better if it felt like a low budget, gritty gothic thing. And the fact that it isn't stops you being scared. And I don't think it particularly wants you to be scared, but it would be better if it did. But a creature turns up, and obviously you're going to compare it to the other creatures you've seen, so like Boris Karloff or Christopher Lee or De Niro in the Frankenstein one. And to be fair, it had a kind of cold, dead stare that was quite creepy.
Hmm.
But so sort of compliments for it being slightly creepy. But it would have been better if the whole film had been a proper horror film.
Sure.
But yes, so
Harry Potter any good? He's a bit touch and go, and I mean, this is the
no,
thing
he's
with child
alright.
actors is like, are they going to be successful when
he's
they?
20-something now. I know
Well,
you
I know,
might
I
see
know,
everyone in their 20s as a child actor, but some of us are also in our 20s. So no, he's good. I mean,
We're all-
he's not a million miles
Oh.
away from Potter. It's not.
Yeah.
Not like Gary Oldman as Mason Verger in Hannibal. Like, who the fuck is playing that? Oh, it's the guy from Leon.
Right.
Like, it's quite obviously Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh
And
yeah, he's just got long. He just looks like Snape now.
Yeah, he's Daniel Radcliffe doing different words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
he's
review, top
doing
review.
different words and he's got different priorities.
Right. Okay.
So, but he's
Kind
good.
of makes sense.
If I'd never seen Harry Potter, I would
Yeah.
go, "Oh, that guy's really good as Igor."
Right.
But I have seen Harry Potter, so I go, "Oh, Daniel Radcliffe's all right."
Right.
Yeah.
And what about James McAvoy? Obviously,
He's very
him,
good.
You've seen him in some stellar pieces of work.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is nowhere near the quality of
Filth or
yeah,
Trance
Filth,
or-
particularly, which I think is his best performance. Or
We need
Trance.
to watch it. Yeah.
But he does scuzzy, horrible, slimy. Like even as Professor X, he's better. He's good, but he's better
good
when he's
when
like the junky one.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
being
yeah,
a dick
yeah.
and he's refusing to use his legs,
Yeah.
or he's refusing not to use his legs.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Refusing to use his powers, I guess.
So yeah, so if there's one reason to see this film, it's McAvoy and Radcliffe. But there are better films you could see them in. I mean, not many more
Not
Radcliffes. I mean, there's like 2 shit Harry Potters and one that's been split in half for no reason. So it's not as good as Prisoner of Azkaban, and it's not
Azkaban?
Azkaban. What do you call it?
Azkaban?
Well, that one then, whatever. See,
That's the best one, though.
I
That's your
said
favourite,
a
isn't it?
made-up word
No,
wrong.
no,
I
it's just...
pronounced a word that someone invented.
So you've read the books as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you've
Well, I
always had
didn't
it
read the
spelled out?
audiobook, so I had to say it how I wanted to.
Yeah, but there's an A at the start, not a Z. It's fine.
Azkaban?
You made this a bigger... Yeah, it's fine. Carry on.
And yeah, it's not as good as anything else James McAvoy's done. And there are other gothic horror type films that are better. Sleepy Hollow,
What would
for
you
example.
recommend
For what?
instead of watching Victor Frankenstein?
And what priority are they looking for?
Well, you just mentioned
Okay,
Sleepy Hollow.
Well, obviously, I'd recommend the original James Whale Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay.
And failing that, if you want something a bit more modern, some people, well, most people hate it, but I really liked it. I would recommend Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein.
Have you seen Dead and Loving It?
Dead and Loving It. Is
Yeah,
that the
it's got...
Leslie Nielsen thing?
Yeah.
It's shite.
It's really good.
Bye.
And
No, it's really
oh,
shite and you're an idiot for liking it.